This is Steve David Kozik, Chief Spiritual Officer of the Love Makers Foundation, a 501c3 spiritual charity whose purpose is to bring love to the world. Today's love message was sort of inspired by Halloween. I have my Halloween scarf on from last year when I dressed up as Harry Potter. This year, the company does not exist apparently. So my focus today can just be on love. Today's love message was actually inspired by a television show I was binging on. And there was a line from one of the characters' mothers who said, "Be true to yourself." And so today's love message is love, be true to yourself. Because I know that when you're on that path to love, that at some point you will find yourself and be true to who you really are. Carl Jung said, "It's a privilege of a lifetime just to become who you truly are." And isn't that the truth? I look at the world, I look at Las Vegas, I look at everything, I hear the sirens, I check out the surrounding hills and mountains, and all I see and feel are people searching for who they are. You may be searching for who you are. The nice thing about life and my search and finding the answer through absolute love is that I don't have to search, because I know that love is the way. I know that the being of absolute love, that state of being, will enable you to find yourself, enable you to be all that you want to be. Because love is not just a psychological principle. And you read all these books in the bookstore about mental strength, believing, it'll make it happen. All the mental books, from a book like Think and Grow Rich to Tony Robbins books, etc., etc. And there are a lot of new permutations of those positive thinking books. But know that when you focus on yourself and on love, that when William Shakespeare long ago said, "To thine own self be true," that was the answer. Jesus said the kingdom is within, and that's the answer. The answer is finding the love within. Deborah and I wrote a book called Absolute Love, the 12 Principles of Love in Life and in Business. And when I wrote about it, I was documenting a revelation, a spiritual blueprint for living. And the heart of that revelation is very simple and straightforward, but it's a profound truth. To love fully, you must be true to yourself. And to be true to yourself and find out who you are, you must be on that path to love truly. To love fully, you must be true to yourself. And to be true to yourself and find out who you are, you must follow that path to love. Because love is the way. Ultimately, finding and discovering love and the power of love in yourself, that self-love, that awareness, that self-awareness of love, gets you on the path of awakening. It's a resurrection of who you are. It's that self-discovery of who you are. Because being true to yourself is not selfish, it's sacred. It's not just psychological. I could read you 50 books right now on the psychological aspects of love, the power of belief, the power of being mentally strong. But when you discover the love within and you go within and find yourself, your life will change. Jesus said, "I am the way, the truth, and the life." What is that way for you? It's the way of love. It's the way of truth. It's the way of being fully, unapologetically, divinely yourself. Oscar Wilde said, "To love yourself and oneself is the beginning of a lifelong romance." Love yourself because you are enough. And that's what people have trouble realizing. You are enough. And I'll give you one of the reasons. Because you are absolute love. You are love. But you have to discover that. Begin by listening. Not the noise of the world where everybody is telling you, the advice, the job market, the helicopters flying overhead. There's a lot of noise out there, isn't there, in life? You've got to do it for yourself. You got to find that voice in you that says, this is who I am. This is what I value. This is what I believe. That voice within you is your heart and your soul. And let that connect with your mind. And when you honor it, you honor your highest self. You honor God. Believe in yourself, believe in love, and you will find your true self. Because again, your true self is absolute love, is love. But you have to discover that. But again, remember, the kingdom of love, the kingdom of heaven are within. I was going to read you a book, and I've been reading Deborah's my book, Absolute Love, the 12 Principles of Love in Life and Business a lot lately. I wanted to reread it because I've just finished a book on Jesus and love. And let me tell you, we're bringing love to the world right now. And I wanted to read an affirmation from that book, but I'll just do it with a prayer instead. Dear God, know this moment that I am connected with myself, with ourselves, with our divinity now. I realize, and we realize and recognize love in us, that we are love, and that we are to ourselves being love, living love with full courage and honesty in ourselves, but identifying this moment our potential for absolute love, and that we are love and absolute love, and that this love connects us with all that is and awakens us to our own beauty, identity, and potential, and our beingness now, that we are love, and that we are true to ourselves now. We thank you for all that is. We thank you for the power of love, really realizing and recognize the power of our highest selves, the power of God this moment, releasing these words as absolute truth and giving thanksgiving. So it is so, amen. So go in love this week. Focus on yourself. Focus on the beauty of yourself. Make discovering and being true to yourself a spiritual experience. And remember, you can become love because love is the way. Check out our website, lovemakersfoundation.com. Check out these YouTube videos. Spread the word of love. We're going to be interviewing people, and Deborah and I, starting Wednesdays, are going to do a he said, she said on love, and giving advice to the world on how to become love and how to get on that path of love. But check out our YouTube videos, Love Makers Foundation. This week's is Love, Be True to Yourself. But be true to yourself. Get on that road to love. Get on that road to discovering yourself, but accept yourself. Accept yourself. You are love. And so it is.